So previous video lo what we did is we created a load balancer, target group, and an EC2 instance. సో ఇక్కడ విల్ సి ఆటో స్కేలింగ్ గ్రూప్ దాని యూస్ కేస్ ఏంటి ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వీ హ్యావ్ 3 ఇన్స్టెన్సెస్ behind a load balancer, and for some reason this went down. After some time this is also gone. So now only we are left with one instance. So ఈ డౌన్ అయిన ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఆటోమేటిక్ అప్ అవ్వదు బై డిఫాల్ట్. We need to monitor it, we should get a notification and we need to bring it up. So ఆ టైం వరకు మేబీ ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఆల్సో గోస్ డౌన్ మై ఎంటైర్ సర్వీస్ ఈస్ గాన్. సో అలాంటి రిస్క్ అవాయిడ్ చేయడానికి వీ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఆప్షన్ కాల్డ్ ఆటో స్కేలింగ్ గ్రూప్స్. వాట్ ఆటో స్కేలింగ్ గ్రూప్ విల్ డూ ఇస్ it will check for the status. When it is down, it will automatically bring the instance again up and add it to the load balance. సో మనకు మినిమం 3 ఉండాలి అని మనం డిఫైన్ చేస్తే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డిజైర్డ్ స్టేట్. ఇఫ్ యూ డిసైడ్ వీ నీడ్ 3 instances at any cost, it will maintain 3 instances. If someone adds one more instance, 4 instances, if I have 4, it will terminate one and keep it 3. So it will always maintain a desired state. So how to configure and how to achieve that desired state, we'll see now. So any doubts here?
No, sir.
Cool. So previously we created this instance manually. Now I deleted so that auto scaling group will create instead of us. Desired state lo manam 1 అని ఇస్తే 1 it will create for us. 2 ఇస్తే 2 it will create for us. So let's go and create one. So auto scaling group కి minimum requirement ఏంటంటే we should have template, launch templates అని ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది. Here we mention what OS we need, how much storage we need, okay, how much storage we need, and what network we should use. All information ఉంటుంది. It's a template, that's it. Nothing to do with this template, like it doesn't cost anything. It will not launch by default. It requires auto scaling group. So similar way, like we had load balancer and target group. By default target group has no value without load balancer. Load balancer ki attach avutane it has some meaning. Similar way, launch template alone cannot do anything. It should be attached to a auto scaling group. So first let's create a auto scaling launch template. So launch templates, under instances, create launch template. Same thing what we have in while launching EC2 instance, similar configuration you will have here. It will we'll just name this as web launch template LT. So I can name this as version 1, some number, some description why you are creating this launch template. So next, what instance you want, instance type you need to select. So I'll select T2 micro. And what operating system you want. Operating system is, here it is, OS. So first select OS, then go to instance type. I'll select, there are 2 options, like you can search, go and search from the catalog, or you can directly search from the quick start. I'll select Ubuntu as what we did in previous example. And key pair we are not taking anything. Network will go with default. And security group will go with the one which we used in the last example, that is Launch Wizard 4. Launch Wizard 4 we opened port 80. Next is we need to add user data to install Apache Nginx server. Okay, this is done. Now create a launch template. Create launch template will not launch the instance. Done. Now what I have to do, I have to go back, go to auto scaling group, create autoscaling group, and autoscaling group name, I'll say web ASG demo. So what launch template I need to use? We said web LT. And if you do some changes to the launch template, you will have versions, incremental versions. Like because there is only one, we did not, this is a new one, we have only one. If you go and change anything to the launch template, you will get another version too. So you can decide what to use. So this is useful when you have to do the rollbacks. See, I'll give an example here. This is running with V1. This is also running V1. We have two instances running under load balancer. So if someone comes and hits the load balancer, you will be getting same content, which is version 1. If you want to upgrade this instance to version 2, means the content. So what you will do, you will create one AMI, one operating system, which will have latest code, which we name it as V2. And we change this OS in launch template. And we'll name this as V2. So once this instance goes down, or we can do it manually, we can just delete this. Automatically a new VM will be launched, that is from V2. Okay. So this will be V2 and this is V1. Once this is successful, once you verified, monitored, and you feel it's good, go and terminate this. Another instance will be launched, that is V2. Two are on V2 now. For some reason, after some days, you find there is a bug in this. So what immediately you will be doing? You have to roll back. So what you will do? You have to go here and select version 1 and roll back. What again, how the rollback happens? You have to delete this. Automatically V1 will come up because we are mapping to V1 version. So practically I will show you that. For now you understood, right? So how it works, so why versions are required. So any change in the launch template, you will get a new version. So if you want to change the instance type from T2 micro, if you want to migrate to M4 large, you can do that. That is a new version. Clear? Any doubts?
Yes. No, sir.
Cool. Okay. So now, because this is a new launch template, there is only one version, that is default one. And next, here you need to choose which VPC, which availability zones you want to launch your instances. You can select whatever you feel like. So I'm selecting first three, ABC. Else I'll select all for the demo. Next. And attach to an existing load balancer. Once the instance is up, it will go and attach to the existing instance. So let's attach, choose from the load balancer, target group. So this is the one. So this all are fine, health checks are fine. So when to detach from load balancer, when to attach to load balancer, these all things are taken care by this health checks. So that is fine. We already saw health checks in the previous one. So I'm leaving this. I'm just saying next. So here comes the desired capacity. How many instances you need, how many minimum and how many maximum. So what is the difference between minimum and maximum? So desired and minimum and maximum. See, I'll give desired as 1, minimum as 1, maximum as some 5. So what it does, it will launch one instance because maximum it matches with the desired. Then if the load is high, it will add one more instance. If the load is high, it will add one more instance. So up till 5. Maximum it can add up till 5. And minimum it can go up to 1. So if I make desired as 2 and minimum as 1, what does it mean? I'll explain that. For example, I have 10 instances, out of which 9 instances are already launched. So I am left with 1 instance. So what I said, desired is equal to 2. Minimum is 1 and maximum is 5. So will my application launch? I have only left with 1, but my desire is 2. Will my application will launch? The answer is yes, because minimum is 1. So it will, if capacity is available, it goes and launch 2. If capacity is not available, it will still go and launch the minimum. So because I have 1 instance available, it will go and launch the 1 instance. For example, if out of 10 I have used only 8 and my minimum is 2, desired is 2 and maximum is, because I have 2 available, it will go and launch 2 instances. And if it's in the same scenario, if my instance out of 10 I already used 9, I have 1 instance available. Because my minimum requirement is 2, the application will fail. It will not launch any instance. Even if there is 1 instance available, minimum requirement is 2. So it will not launch any instance and the application will fail. Any doubts here? So if capacity is available, it will try to match the desired capacity. If capacity is not available, it will try to match the minimum capacity. So priority goes to desired, mandatory goes to minimum. And maximum is another story. Maximum we already know. Only confusion comes in desired and maximum. And one more thing, desired cannot, minimum cannot be greater than, less than desired. Desired cannot be greater than maximum. So maximum. So this is a condition you can see here. So equals are less than desired capacity, equals are greater than desired capacity. So if I give 2 here, and if I try to make this as 1, it will not work. So it should be greater than desired capacity. If I try to create it, so it says max desired capacity cannot be less than. So if I say this as 1 and this as 2, it will again give error, because the desired capacity should be, the minimum capacity should be less than desired capacity or equal. So I can give 1. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Cool.
No, sir.
Nice. Nice. So then I will be covering this in next topic, that is scaling policies. For now, I'll just create an instance and we'll see if it is attached to the load balancer or not. Done. So now I'll go to EC2, check for the instances and see if it is launched. See, it is launching it. Once it is launched, we'll go and see if it is attached to the target group. See, earlier instance was 5DF and the new instance is EB3. So if I go to target groups, under targets, you can see the instance. So it is the previous one, which is not, 5DF is the latest one. It is initializing. Old instance is gone. So it is automatically removed. So let's try to hit this instance if Apache is running or not. So this is my URL, bad gateway. Why? 502. Any reason? Let me explain. Good that we got one 500 error. We have a load balancer. We have a target group, but we don't have a target. Okay. Target is still initializing. So target is down. So once you are trying to hit this, the back end is down. So that is the reason it says bad gateway. Once this target is up, you will get the site. See, you got the site. Yes. If I terminate this, if you go and see the target groups, the target is 5DF. What I'll do, I'll go and terminate the instance. It will launch a new instance. I terminated. Now if I go and refresh, I'll get bad gateway again. See. So let's wait for some time. It will launch another instance. Once this is terminated, once it reaches a unhealthy threshold, then it will go and launch. So meanwhile, we can discuss if you have any doubts. It will take some time. See, now it's launching and it should come to initialize state. Then again, it should get added to target group. Then you'll get a site. So any doubts in meanwhile? Fine. I have a question. If I delete, it will create a new instance. Again, if I delete, it will create a new instance. So how do I delete this instance permanently?
I think we need to remove from
Target group.
target.
Half correct. Not from target group, from somewhere else. Where should I remove it?
Load balancers.
No,
Sorry.
from auto scaling group. We have to make desired as 0. So always it matches with desired group, desired state, right? So desired state is equal to 0 because minimum should be less than this. This also will become 0 and maximum can be anything, fine. But we'll make it as 0 for safer side. If you make all zeros, automatically the instance will be deleted. So if you delete it from here, it will again recreate. So there is no option of deleting it from from here if you launch this instance using auto scaling group. So if I refresh, now I should get the website. I got it. So this is how auto scaling works. Let me delete everything: load balancer, target group, auto scaling group, and my launch template. Else I may be getting the bill. Thank you. Any doubts now?